Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and there are a bunch of packs, a free portrait, lots of stuff to unlock in the game, and well, it's one of the toughest events we've seen in Hearthstone, so I want you guys to be ready. Get that head start. Make sure you're not passing on it because the rewards are really good. We're going to talk about that. And also, is like Mage taking over Hearthstone? We have kind of pretty decent data for the first time since the release of Titans, and I thought I'd give a little quick meta report on how things are shaping up as Mage is kind of looking pretty darn dominant, and I'm seeing a lot of complaints already. So we'll take a look and see how things are developing. And if you enjoy the content on the channel and you feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like, it helps us out a ton, and you guys have been awesome, so thank you so much for your support. So yes, we have the Aldular, I don't know, I'm so bad with Warcraft stuff. Grand Championship, it's live in Hearthstone. It's been going on for like a day or two, very briefly, very shortly, but you're going to want to get in on it. As you'll note, it has got 18 days left. It's one of the longer events we have seen, but on top of that, it's also one of the more rewarding events we've ever seen, and also one of the more challenging ones in terms of XP, requiring 4,000 event XP to unlock this pretty sweet hero skin for Deathlight Zombie Queen Scarlet. Not a lot of female Deathlight portraits, so always good to get on that. And I don't know, she's rocking it pretty well, so I'm looking forward to unlocking her. But on top of that, there's a bunch of packs, 6 in total, with 2 standard ones, 2 Titans packs, a Festival Legends pack, but probably more importantly, like if you like the shiny things, we're even getting a golden standard pack at 3,500 XP. So that's pretty darn good. But you'll note, that's a lot of XP to have to unlock, to accrue. You're going to want to try and get in there to get these daily quests that pop up basically every 24 hours. You have the regular daily one here, like trigger your death rattle effect 7 times. We've gotten close to that. I was playing some BGs. Or play 5 weapons. And you can see they have like this whole event quest where it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 700 event XP. You do the math on that, that's not enough to actually complete the whole event. But if you're playing regularly, you probably complete up to like the first 4 and a couple of dailies. You'll get it done, and you'll want to get it done because it's a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of free stuff. And I just remember when I started playing Hearthstone, we didn't get anything. Season End reward was a card back. You didn't even get like a card or dust. Later we ended up getting dust and some goldens. Now we get events every month. It's really cool that they finally give more stuff back. So get that stuff while it's there. You have a lot of time. Again, you don't want to let that slide by. And I also wanted to make a note. There are 2 missing signatures in the game right now. There's no way to get them in packs or whatever. We have the Ravenous Kraken as well as the Angry Hellhound. If you'll note in the description here, be able to obtain them in a special event. So there's another event coming, probably before the mini set, where we're going to get more signatures as well as probably packs or whatever. Maybe it'll be mixed with Battlegrounds so we get Battleground stuff. I don't know. But be aware of that. We've got more events coming and more free stuff. So it's really cool that I feel like we're constantly rewarded for just playing Hearthstone, because sometimes it doesn't feel so rewarding to get high rolled on ladder. So you know what? Let's talk about the ladder and the evolution of Magestone. So looking at HS replay, we'll take a quick look at the front page. Not a great indicator as usual. Well, you'll see that when we look at like the legend data. But in terms of the huge broad spectrum of the entire ladder, you can see that, you know, Hunter, Warlock, Rogue, Paladin, all positive. I do believe that Warrior and Shaman in particular are probably the worst classes in the game, with Druid has been constantly moving up since it was like 36% before Titans came out. It's still moving up. And yeah, Mage in the middle, Rogue keeps going up. I'm really curious to see if in like a day or two, Rogue will be the top rated class. Because it was just like 2 days ago, like Titans launch, it was well below 50%. It is nearing number 1 and 2. And again, I might expect Mage to move up because yeah, there's a little bit of Magestone starting to happen at higher ranks, but a little bit of Roguestone too. The top 1,000 legend where the best players are playing the best decks arguably is, you know, the best it's gonna happen. Number 1, Rainbow Mage, the whole Sif Mage deck, where yeah, you play your Sif and blow your opponent up, and the main card that really pisses people off with this deck more than anything is stalling with solid alibi, right? Like, you can't kill them, you can only do 1 damage at a time, and you couple it up with the armor gain cards they have, it's pretty hard to deal with, and they could play like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a lot of them in a game, because the cards like Volume Up, Empathize, things like that. So that can be quite frustrating. So that's why I think I'm getting a lot of complaints. But you'll note, yeah, Rainbow Mage, Pocket Train hit rank 1 legend with it. It's very popular. It's doing really well. And the other new archetype that's flourishing is Mech Rogue. A lot of people were down on Mech Rogue. I was all aboard Mech Rogue, thinking that Lab Constructor General would be omega broken. And yeah, it turns out that this deck has been doing pretty darn well. Basically, you just can't interact with the stuff, mainly because like the Stealth Spark Bot, and you get carried by like Mimiron and Lab Constructor in particular. And you're seeing a lot of people frustrated with that. You're seeing a lot of people already making like kind of comparisons to Stormwind with this meta. There's OTKs with like Mage, and there's like just complete scams, high rolls, plenty with like Mech Rogue and Big Rogue, which is another mech deck and all of that. So the complaints are definitely already there, but it is cool to see like 2 brand new archetypes. One of the complaints we had with Festival Legends is the meta barely changed, right? It was just Death Knight still, and you know, the usual stuff. I think it was Rogue was really good still, the Miracle stuff, it was just the same old stuff, whereas yeah, it's new, but you know, people are a little bit frustrated. But what else is doing well besides Mage, besides the mechs and Rogue? And is it just a top 1000 legend thing? If you look Diamond through Legend, it's got a lot more data, a lot more players. You'll see even there, Mage is only, you know, 53%. Mech Rogue, those archetypes are just doing really well. And that's why I expect Rogue probably to move to number 1, aligned with like Hunter. Hunter and Rogue are specifically tier 1 in Diamond through Legend. And the only new archetype, well, actually Secret Hunter's pretty new, right? With the new weapon, all that. So you got Secret Hunter in there. You have Rainbow Mage. Thaddeus Warlock, not exactly new, but Sargeras is there. So that's pretty rad. But in terms of new archetypes, again, not really flourishing. A lot of the stuff that was like added to existing decks. And the sad thing is, and we're probably gonna have a video covering this in particular, you go to the bottom, that's where it gets kind of sad. Remember we were all excited about Control Warrior being better? It's still really bad. They got a really cool win condition in Odin. You know, that card is legitimately amazing. Odin, it's a great card. You can get that online, you kill your opponent, but you look at like the build here, it's lacking a lot of stuff, in particular removal, AoE. We're gonna go have a video on why I think Control Warrior is still really struggling, despite getting a lot of good cards lately. But even like Rock and Roll, Black Rock and Roll, struggling. Earthern Paladin, total bust. I think most people saw that one coming. Automaton Priest, bust as well so far. I think people saw that coming. There's a whole Giant Priest. You might see some videos from like Clark today about it, where you spam 0 mana Forge Giants. That might be a thing, it might not be, it might just be another gimmick. But yeah, the new stuff for the most part, Drum Druid, maybe it'll take time to get refined, it's still very early, but the only new archetypes that are really popping off are Rainbow Mage, the Mech Rogue stuff, but they are popping off in a huge way, where I've already seen a lot of requests for like Sif to get nerfed, Solid Alibi to get nerfed, the mechs to get nerfed in Rogue. It'll be very interesting. I'm not gonna do nerf predictions and all that stuff yet. We're not in a state of like a day 1 Demon Hunter. There's no clear outlier. That's one thing you can take a look at when you look at the meta. There's a lot of decks that can win games. Are the playstyles fun? Is it Stormwind 2.0? I think that's pretty ridiculous. Stormwind was, you had your quest, which was your combo in your opening hand, and you won by turns 5 and 6 every game. Now you're just trying to scam by turns 5, 6 and win every game. It's, you know, it's a whole different thing. But regardless, it is interesting to see how it shapes up. Again, it has been changing every single day, but there have been some pretty consistent cards performing really well. So I thought tomorrow we might take a look at doing a crafting guide for the latest expansion, because there's a lot of powerful legendaries and epics that I'm already feeling pretty comfortable in recommending probably crafting. So we might do a crafting guide. I usually wait like a week, but might do it a little bit earlier and then start talking about, you know, Control Warrior, maybe nerf predictions. There's tons of stuff to talk about, and you know, maybe I'll upload gameplay one day. It could happen outside of theory crafting. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Make sure to take part of that event in Hearthstone, get your free stuff. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.